I have some disturbing news. This father from Tennessee, he married this Japanese woman. They had 2 kids. Nothing wrong with that, but they got divorced. And Tennessee granted full custody to the father. The disturbing thing, the mother didn't like that, so she abducted the 2 kids, went back to Japan. Tennessee put a warrant out for her arrest. What did Japan do? Nothing. Because Japan doesn't recognize U.S. family court orders. Because in Japan, when a couple gets divorced, full custody is automatically given to the mother. That's my understanding. I may be wrong. Well, the father hadn't seen the kids in a while. Very painful for me. He had rooms set up for them in their house, which I can imagine would be very painful to have to pass their room every night. And you see that your kids aren't there and you don't know if you're ever going to see them again. Well, the kids' birthdays were coming up, and so he got a ticket to Japan to see them, give them birthday presents. Now the dad did something. He goes to school, and he goes to their school and picks up the 2 kids. He heads straight for the U.S. consulate. But the mom, his ex-wife, knows what's going on. She calls the police. Now the dad's almost to the U.S. consulate. And when he's getting real close, what does he start to see? A swarm of the Japanese police blocking his way to the U.S. consulate. In the dad's eyes, he's got police he's got to go through to get to freedom and to getting his 2 children back. So the dad grabs his daughter. Him and his son are going to run for the gate. His son freezes up in the middle, but the dad just keeps running, daughter in hand. And he runs through Japanese police. He just keeps on fighting his way through. He finally makes it to the gate. He makes it to the U.S. consulate. He got his kids back. But the U.S. consulate won't open the gate. So this man is there crying with his daughter in his hands, asking for help from the U.S. consulate. He's screaming that they're American citizens. He needs help. They don't open the gate. They're sitting there. And so the U.S. consulate just watches this man on the other side of their gates with his daughter in his hand screaming for help as the Japanese police take him down, arrest him, and put him into jail. Now this man is facing charges. Charges that haven't been said yet. Haven't been stated what they're going to be. But this man goes to go get his 2 kids that were rightfully entrusted to him by Tennessee. Stolen from him. He went and got back. But he's going to go to jail for that. Now, see, in my eyes, this is like a movie. This is exactly what I see. The dad picks him up from school. Come on, kids. We gotta go. We gotta go right now. Let's go. We're gonna make it home. We're gonna go back to Tennessee. But, Daddy, what about Mom? Screw her. We gotta go right now. I'll get that bitch later. Okay, Daddy. They get in the car. They're running. He's running as fast as he can. The mom, the evil mastermind of this movie, calls up the Japanese police. My children are being kidnapped. We need help. Send the police. Now the dad, he probably knows something's going to go down, but he just keeps on driving. And he pulls up to the U.S. consulate. There's a wall of Japanese police. He opens the door slowly, steps out, picks up his daughter, looks at his son and say, "Son, you start running and you follow me until you touch that gate." "But Dad, I don't know if I can." "Son, I believe in you. I'm gonna take you home." "Okay, Dad, I'll try." And so the dad just starts running. He's running. That wall of Japanese police are getting closer and closer. Finally, he plows into them. Takes a couple down, but he just keeps on going. They're hanging off of him, grabbing onto his clothes, his belts, his shoulders, everything, but he just keeps walking further, step by step by step. Finally, he reaches out and he touches that gate, and he thinks he's home free. He looks back and his son is just standing there scared. But he thinks it's okay, I'll get him back. I just need to get inside here. And he looks up. And he looks at the head official in the window of the Japanese consulate. He just yells, "Help! Help! I'm an American citizen. I just want my kids back." But that head official just looks down at him and closes the curtain and turns away. Tears are flowing from the man's face by now. The daughter's petrified. She doesn't really understand what's going on. But the dad is just ripping at those gates as hard as he can. He will rip those gates off before those police rip his daughter from his hands. He just keeps on screaming and screaming at the top of his lungs that he's an American citizen, that those kids are his, that that woman took them from him. Finally, the Japanese police take him down, rip him off that gate, handcuff him, and throw him into a squad car. Both of his kids don't know what's going on. They just know that Daddy was there and he wanted to take him home. And now this man is sitting down in a jail cell, wondering what he did that was so wrong. Wondering why he's in jail, why he's the one being persecuted, when all he did was love those kids, and all he wanted to do was to watch them grow up. And his ex-wife took that from him. Now, understand that the mother's love was strong enough that she couldn't accept that she didn't get the kids. And I can understand a parent loving them so much to want to take them, but to take them from their father and move to a foreign country. I'm sure they could have worked something out, but no. She wanted them to herself. She tried to keep those kids away from his father, and that father would not let that happen. So, this is one of the few times that I am ashamed of Japan. But then again, America has done some very horrible things in its past too. Right now, a dark cloud is hanging over Japan. But I'm also very ashamed of the U.S., especially the U.S. consulate. They should have opened that gate. But no, they turned their backs on one of their citizens. The man worked so hard to get there, and they couldn't even open a gate. I'm truly ashamed of Japan and the U.S. in this situation. I'll leave you with more updates, but I don't know anymore.